So hello folks, my name's Graham with the Vintage Guitar Players Group, and thanks for joining us again for another Vintage Lessons today. So today I'm here with Subham Bhattacharya from Stevenage, and he is a fantastic metal bass player who has got some excellent stuff to tell us. The Vintage Legends channel, the whole thing, just to let you know, is we're basically here to effectively find out a little bit more about the people who play vintage brand guitars and basses and such by GHS. We very much believe that, music's something that will, brings us all together, it's something we can all enjoy, and it's a fantastic opportunity to find out something as interesting as, where people have found and play vintage guitars all around the world. It's amazing to find out what kind of music they play, that sort of thing, how they stumble upon them, and what makes them tick with what they like about the guitars. So we hope you'll enjoy another episode of Vintage Legends today. If you are interested in finding us in the Vintage Guitar Players group, check us out on Facebook. Oh, it is facebook.com/groups/the Vintage Place. You can follow us on Instagram at 95 Vintage Legends. And if you're interested in following us on here, we would absolutely love you to death if you'd hit that subscribe button, and feel free to comment because we're always interested in hearing your feedback. So without further ado, let's welcome Subham. So Subham, thank you very, very much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. How are you doing?
The pleasure is mine. Thank you. I'm doing good, Rim.
I was going to say it's been an interesting day up here in sunny Glasgow, because I know that they say that British folk talk about the weather all the time, but someone said it's a very good day to be indoors. It is pissing down outside today. It's a great day to be indoors. So thanks for joining us.
It's kind of same out here in the south as well. So it's been typical British weather, entire UK maybe.
Yeah, we'll probably get this with summer as well. But listen, thank you so much for joining us today. I know that you are currently in Stevenage and originally from Kolkata, and what I want to do, as with everyone, is I want to find out a bit more about obviously the kind of music you play. Now, I know that you are not just in one band. I know you've got a lot on the go, so tell me more. What music do you play? What bands are you in? What do you play?
Right. So basically, to summarize in one word, it's metalhead. I'm a metalhead metal bass player.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Best kind.
So basically, see, like mine's like I like metal bands. Like I've been following metal bands since like probably when I was in school. So it started off like everyone starts off the stepping stones like Metallica, Iron Maiden. I think Steve Harris from Iron Maiden is one of my inspiration for bass playing. Megadeth bassist Dave Ellefson is
Yeah.
another guy. Yeah. So from from the classic metal scene to the modern metals like modern prog metal, Dream Theater, Between the Buried and Medium. Currently, one of my favorite band, Hacken.
Yeah.
They're Hacken. I listen to those as well. So if you say, tell me like, so the bands I play, kind of both of them are metal bands. The first band that I play is Water on Wings. We are a Cambridge-based band.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a melodic metal, kind of with clean female vocals and very melodic kind of riffing um, thing. The other band that I play is based out of is Hertfordshire. This is Acts of Vengeance. We are like how we call it, like we are thrash, death, and heavy as hell.
That's my kind of thing. I'm digging it. I have listened and I'm digging it. So
Yeah.
here's an important
Thank you.
question. You've referenced Dave Ellison and Steve Harris.
Yep.
Controversial question. Play with a plectrum or without a plectrum? Or both?
Both.
Both, yeah.
So for Water on Wings, I play with my fingers.
Yeah.
So I play on a 5-string bass and with fingers. For the Acts of Vengeance thing, it's is I play my vintage bass, and that's with pick. I need attack.
Yeah.
On that band, it's like relentless attack. Water on Wings is melodic, so there are a lot of scope with the finger thing, but in here it's relentless. You have to be relentless in a thrash band.
Yeah. Listen, I'm absolutely with you because I think that I don't know. I think some bass players get a bit of a hard time from people who do just play with fingers and say, "Oh, playing with a pick and stuff." You know, it's a tool and it's
It's a tool.
it's for different things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm
Like
definitely with you.
someone says, if you go to a mechanic, you'll not ask like, I can fix a truck or a car. He can fix anything, right?
Yeah,
That's his skill. So that's the
yeah,
thing, right? You have to be like, as a musician, these two are tools, there is slapping as well, tapping,
yeah,
slapping, all these kind of things. And you need to like at least learn them and apply whatever is necessary.
yeah. No, exactly. I'm with you 100%. And with your journey with vintage now, I'll come back to this in a minute, but I know you've got other bases and such. But how did you stumble upon vintage in the first place?
Okay, it's kind of a long story. So my
We're good.
So I landed when I landed in England, say back in 2018. So 2 weeks I did not have a base, and I was like feeling something was missing in my life.
Worst 2 weeks of your life.
Kind of, I feel like I was away from my family and stuff, but I felt like I am missing something in my life, which is a base.
Yeah.
So I looked into the Facebook ads and Facebook Marketplace and local ads, and bought a used base locally. So it's kind of a used base, but it had like Wilkinson parts.
Yeah.
The guy who sold me that he was like, it has a Wilkinson bridge, it has Wilkinson tuning pegs and all, and this is like that. I said maybe I had not heard of Wilkinson at that time. So sorry. Back in India, vintage is not a very popular brand. There is now one of my friends now play one of my vocalists in my one of my first bands. He now plays a vintage.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, yeah, back in India, but it was not at that time.
Yeah, it's just not
And
as known.
I was like, okay, yeah, fine. And I bought that bass home and was started playing. And I said, like, okay, so this guy was blabbering on about Wilkinson this, Wilkinson that. I said, let me do a Google search. I said, yeah, this Wilkinson hardware, and they're like probably very good. They have very good reviews and stuff. And then I came across vintage. But the thing is, like, when I started playing in bands and all, so I was playing a five-string bass, and I was not into. I got a five-string bass, stuff like that. And vintage is criminally underrated, so you don't really, even if you like, they are available on the big online retailers, but if you go to their website, you'll need to search for a vintage bass. You won't find them like popping up. You can get this vintage. Only if you search, like go to the filter and search.
Yeah,
So
that's one of the things
it's
I find. You look at some websites and it's like, get a Gibson, get a Fender. It's like anything
kind
else.
of.
Like, whereabouts is it?
So I was playing five string. So when I was asked for to audition for Acts of Vengeance, so with this sound, I thought like five string. I can play those stuff in a five string, but a four string bass with that relentless, like I was saying, like attack and stuff, it would just sound better on a four string bass than a
Yeah,
five string. So I was looking for one. So I tried a used square bass, and I was like, didn't really like it. Then I ordered a vintage. And it was like, you can, the first time I held it, I knew what it was. So I've been using vintage for not too long, maybe a year, but like the first time I hold it, it was like a special feeling. Like it just felt special, the
yeah,
bass. Uh, Something similar thing happened on the other day. Like I had a gig, and the other bass player, I was like packing up. It was like after the gig, I was packing up my stuff up, and the other band's bass player was like, "Why do you play a vintage?" And I said, "Like just hold it." I was like, I just held it, and it's like, yeah, I know. Okay, okay, now I get it.
that's cool.
Because it actually, it's like I can't explain the thing. It's like it's a very honest instrument, if I can say. Like there is no bells and whistles, no fancy terms, this, that. It's just a bass. It does what it's supposed to, and it's very consistent.
Yeah. It's more than half the battle, I suppose, especially if you're playing gigs and stuff and it's just like we're going to studio sessions and you're not getting anything else with you. You just need it to be, consistent, as you say.
And the thing is, you don't need to change anything. Like I I had a couple of years back, I bought a custom bass,
Okay.
Austrian made. I will not say the name, but it's an Austrian custom bass. You search, you'll get it. I got that bass, and it did not really feel half as good
That must
for
have.
me.
Do you know
That
that
was a bummer.
that's the thing as well is, and again, I know that a lot of these things are subjective, but I've got like about 10 vintage guitars in this place, and including, well, I suppose 9 in a bass. But it's just not naming names, but I have a very familiar shape of vintage, 2 of them, which I pick up and they just feel like home. But I went in to test a couple of years ago, maybe more, a couple of years ago now, to test a Blue guitar Amp 1. And I went in and they said, cool, so what do you normally play guitar wise? And told them, so they went and got one of these very well known, very popular shaped things with a couple of humbuckers and 2
Mhm.
cuts. And it was horrible. Like, the neck on it was horrible. The setup was like, man, that's like 1,200 quid off the shelf. And I picked this up and just went, ugh, like, what is wrong with that, Ben? Like, there's just the setup was horrible. There was just something not sounding right about it. And I went back in. I said, right, okay, I'm going to rethink about it. I went back in with vintage and BS6 and was just like, I have to have that amp now. Like, there was something about it. In
Yeah,
terms of,
it's just very thing I love most about it is I set it up once.
yeah,
That's it. Even like I have a couple of premium basses. The 5 strings I play are both premium. Uh, it's another brand. It's like one of the brands, vintage kind of are inspired. It's one of the old Ibanez ones. So
yeah,
Ibanez premium ones. I talk of the brand. Even they change shape. Like so time and again I have to adjust the truss rod, height and intonation. This one is bang rock solid. It's like it does not change. So it's like my go-to bass.
that's pretty neat. Especially, that's the thing, it's the difference in price as well. Well, with that bass, have you got any mods on that bass? Any kind of
Yeah.
modifications?
Yes, there are some mods. So the first one I did was scalar strap locks.
I must.
A must.
I must.
Exactly. I think it's a good idea for vintage, to come send keep this stock maybe. Uh, Next one, there are just a few mods, not too much. The pickups,
So
the bridge.
EMGs. Nice.
Yeah, it's a EMG J pickup, active pickups. Battery is inside this control cavity,
Ah, cool.
and the knobs I had to change, and the bridge I had changed.
That's
So
pretty cool.
I'll I'll start clarifying. There is nothing wrong with the stock bridge that came, but the way I play it, like I rest my finger on the bridge, and
Yeah, yeah.
so the vintage style bridge, the Wilkinson bridge, essentially it sticks a
It's not
bit
as flat.
sticks out.
Yeah, it's not as
So
flat as
it's
that.
not as flat, so it's essentially not very comfortable for my fingers. So that's why the high buzz bridge.
It's like the tone. Was it the Evertune? That makes
It's
sense.
it's 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 a very standard. It's a cheap HIMARS bridge, but
Yeah.
it's just that comfort on this side of the fingers
Yeah, resting against it.
that is that for that. So that's one mod. So the second mod is the main mod was the pickups. So uh, as good as it sounds, the original pickups sounded good, Alnico ones. But essentially, like I was talking, right, the relentless attack. I needed some a bit more of a punch.
Yeah.
I think that's where the active component comes in. I researched for Wilkinson active ones. They are cheaper, but there is no circuit diagram, no reviews, no nothing
Right.
in
Okay.
the internet. So I went ahead with the easier option, EMGs, and
Yeah. Nah,
right.
fair
And then
play.
I
And it
I
does.
also maintain my own basis because I do everything on this basis. Like all the mods, I've done it
Ah, cool.
myself. I maintain the string height and everything. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, this is like kind of my go-to thing and love it.
That's awesome. Well, I know we kind of mentioned this when we were talking before, but in terms of, a pro shop model, or if you were to, kind of have your own sort of thing, what do you reckon?
Mm,
Because I know you mentioned obviously looking at kind of coasters as well, but what would you have if
mm.
you had to have your own kind of pro shop model?
Yeah, see, uh, I think this base probably is everything I need. Okay. Now for the dream base, right? If I can
Yeah,
have a pro shop thing, right? So maybe change the color to a matte with maybe a matte black pick guard,
yeah,
uh, entire black, all black hardware.
that'd be pretty
That's
cool.
it. Like
So
kind of
you
makes it all
do you
black.
re-
Everything's black.
do you reckon the little chrome plate as well? Get that?
Everything.
That'd,
I change everything to black maybe.
that'd be pretty awesome. That would
Yeah.
just absorb the light. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and matte black and another thing I would probably would say is having LED inlays,
Ooh,
kind of purplish LED with a purplish glow,
that sounds pretty cool.
or kind of a reddish or purplish glow, kind of gives a kind of devilish, hell Satan.
I like it. I almost had visions there of maybe like green LEDs, but maybe like a kind of typo negative kind of vibe when they go.
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome. So, in terms of music and gigs and recording, what kind of stuff have you guys got coming up?
So currently, Acts of Vengeance, we are recording our EP, Baptized in Blood.
No?
So I was tracking earlier this week. I did tracking for three songs rather. Uh, but I got a nasty report from the from the vocalist and guitarist saying like,
Ooh.
can you overdub some part of the one song? So I would be re-recording another two more songs. So there will be four songs in this new EP, Baptized in Blood.
That's cool. So, do you reckon a month or so before that's.
We should. So apart from that, we have the Metal to the Masses competitions
Ah, cool.
that we are going. So, Acts of Vengeance is playing Metal to the Masses on May 19th in Hitchin. What on Wings in Cambridge, May 10th. So it's like 1 week. So two places,
So,
2 gigs.
here's a concern. Is there any possibility that both bands will meet and have to compete against each other?
No,
That's cool.
no. One is in East Anglia. So Cambridge is in is under East Anglia. This is under Hertfordshire. So
Different regions. That's cool. Because that would be
different
that would
regions.
be like, man,
A bummer.
that could make you unpopular with someone.
Yeah,
Dear.
but I
That's
love.
awesome.
But I think like both the bands understand. Like, yeah, that's fine. It's not just the bass player.
Yeah. you know, something that's good to keep active, especially because, you know, the way you're saying about the way you talk about things, it's not like you've got one band which is necessarily like getting like a lot more attention sort of thing. It's just you get to play and do what you want to do and enjoy it. You know,
Yeah.
it's the way to do things, man. And where can we check you guys out apart from going to the Metal to the Masses gigs, which everyone needs to get tickets to now? Where else can we find you?
You can find us Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, OnlyFans. Oh, sorry, did I say OnlyFans? No. Maybe,
Link included.
maybe. So you can find us like in the standard websites. And also I've planning to restart my own YouTube page.
Cool.
I've done a few covers. Like it initially started as a auditioning area for Acts of Vengeance. So they wanted to do some, ask me to do a few videos of my playthrough of their songs. And so I told them like I'll do a few playthrough of your songs and send it over. So I recorded on my phone.
That's cool.
Audio was from the amp and stuff. So I did that and posted. Where do I post them? I posted them on YouTube.
That's
I
cool.
sent them the link, you can have a look. And then it gave me the idea, why not develop it into a channel? So I've started doing that. But with the home move and stuff, so there are plans of me, coming up with more videos, more footage from my live gigs and stuff,
That's cool.
and maybe start doing a bit of training stuff. Maybe let's
Okay.
see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, that sounds pretty cool. And again, we'll include links and stuff
Yeah.
in the interview, so that's awesome. And yeah, I think it's been such a good time at the moment because like now that things like pandemics and stuff are over, we can actually start to go out and enjoy things and go and get into the studio and make use of our kind of creative outlets for that sort of thing. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think this is probably a big reason why I am in England. So apart from my work, this kind of is a big driving force for me. Uh, doing music and playing in front of people. That's what I always wanted to do. Write
Yeah,
my own stuff, write my own music, playing. Even if there are like 10 blokes in a gig, I'm happy with that. Even
yeah,
if one of them like my music, I'm happy.
yeah. Do you know something? That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a stadium-sized crowd or something like that. As someone's enjoying things, that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's awesome.
And
Listen, let me say thank you so much for
yeah, the
for
pleasure's
joining me tonight.
mine. Yeah, pleasure's mine.
Awesome. And listen, we'll hopefully catch up soon. All right, man.
Sure. Thank you. Thank
Have a
you,
great
Tim.
one. Cheers.
You too. Bye.
Poe's gonna kick it off tonight, and he's gonna do a little bit of a bass solo.